Hello, and welcome to another episode of The End of the Search. This one I call it Life's Purpose and Reincarnation. And it's a question somebody asked. The person says, how do you discover your purpose in life? How do you know what you're called to do? What life wants for you? And do you believe in reincarnation? Okay, so let's start with the first one. Imagine that you're sleeping, you're in bed sleeping, and you're dreaming. And in the dream, you believe you're a character in a movie, in a play. You believe in that reality. Is there a purpose in that reality, quote unquote reality, or in that projection? If there's something important you need to do in that seeming play, is there a purpose for that play? Is there something you need to do? Is there something that you're called to do in that play? And the answer is no. It's just a projection that has nothing to do with your reality as the one in bed dreaming the dream. You see? So technically speaking, in this life, which is a distraction to the fact that I am, the seeming purpose in the world of appearance is to do something in this world which, interestingly, just keep feeding the belief that I am a separate entity. Now, if we're going to use the word purpose, if anything, the purpose would be to remember who I am. In the same way, when you're sleeping and you're dreaming, the purpose is not to do something in the dream to keep feeding the belief in the dream. If anything, the purpose would be to remember the fact that you are the mind that is dreaming the dream. You see? Otherwise, you will remain sleeping. Well, here, once you know who you are, which that would be the purpose if you want to use that word, you still live the life like everybody would, with the difference that you don't take it seriously. Consequently, you experience that peace that surpasses all understanding while you play the role that you're supposed to be playing. Then one of the questions, the person says, to know what life wants for you. Well, to me, it's very simple. What life wants for me is whatever is happening at the moment. You see? I don't have a purpose in this life because there's no interest in perpetuating the dream of separation, which paradoxically, that belief in separation is the cause of fear, worry, concern, and so on so. But when I know who I am at peace in spite of what may be taking place. And if anything, the reason why I could experience that peace is because I have fulfilled my purpose, which is to remember who I am, which have nothing to do with the dream. It's just simply the fact that I am, life unfold. I know that what life wants for me is for me to make this video. How do I know so? Because this is what's happening. But not because I have a purpose, even though in the world of appearances may appear as if this information could help quote unquote others, but I am clear that this is just a happening. You see? It's not a purpose or a mission, it's just a happening, it's just life unfolding. And when I'm not making a video and if I'm walking, then life purpose for me or what life wants for me to do is to walk. And when I'm eating, what life wants me for me is to eat. And when I am going to the bathroom, what life wants for me is to go to the bathroom. And when I go to bed at night and go to sleep, what life wants for me is to go to bed at night and sleep. You see, it's very simple. I always know what life wants for me because it's happening. Because me not being the doer, I trust that whatever is happening is life unfolding. The difference is that if I am identified with the sort of thought of separation, if I'm identified with the seeming character, if I am believing the thoughts, I may find myself taking the whole play seriously and consequently reacting to it. But when I'm conscious of the fact that I am, then the play can be enjoyed I mean, and the pain and the opposite of it, you know, the pain and the pleasure are just movements within the play. Thoughts, feelings, sensations are movement within the play, but I'm never losing sight of the fact that it's a play. And consequently, once again, I experience the peace that surpasses all understanding. And if we're going to use the word purpose, again, the purpose would be to remember who I am, and that's it. And the other part of the question the person's asked, do you believe in reincarnation? Okay, I look at it this way. I am not here to suggest that reincarnation is real or not, because that's not even the point. But right now, whatever is happening is this present moment experience. Can we agree on that? Nothing else. Let's say that somebody says that in the past life I was Napoleon Bonaparte or something like that. Well, that is a thought in the present moment experience. Do you follow? So technically speaking, it's just a thought. But if I don't believe any thoughts, I remain as I am. So what I'm saying is that I don't get caught in whether reincarnation is true or not. I respect what anybody may want to believe about it, but the only thing that I know for certain is the present moment experience. And if I don't add stories, I don't keep feeding the belief that I'm this separate character. Because if I add the story that I was Napoleon Bonaparte, whatever, in lifetimes before, all I'm doing is I'm suggesting or I'm supporting the belief that I'm a separate character. It just so happens that this separate character seems to have had some kind of experience, but it's still feeding the belief in separation. It's still feeding the belief that I'm a separate individual. And what we're pointing to here is to the fact that I am. And I am doesn't have a past, doesn't have a future, doesn't have anything other than the fact that I am. And that is direct experience, which is not a personal experience, but it's the act of experiencing life right now. Life is. This is it. You see? So when you're sleeping and you're dreaming, yeah, you could dream a dream in which you may have different lifetimes. Why not? It's all possible. But in the end, a dream is a dream. And what we're reminding is that the content of the dream is not true. The only thing that is true is the fact that I am. And in the I am, there is peace, there is happiness, there is joy, there is just beingness. And anyhow, this is inspiration that came through. I hope it served. And as always, may peace permeate the mind so that love can become evident.